Can you check now? It's loaded. I just attached the entire file.
Oh, the zip file you attached, huh?
Right. So you don't want the zip in the zip format, or
Yeah,
because folders alone. Okay. I'm doing.
You can copy the jars on there.
Okay.
The folder, what happened? No, again when I unzip, it is not working.
Okay. Can you check now?
Yeah.
I just sent the zip file.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's showing in zip format only because in my machine these fields are not in zipped version.
No problem.
Okay.
Is it done? All the files are done.
Yes, it's showing. It's done only. Just a moment.
Just check all the upload is completed.
Yeah, there are totally 32 jar files in the folder, the lib. Can you just check how many files you can see?
That's fine. So from your side, it shows all are downloaded. Uploaded.
Yes, it's done. Yeah. Yes.
I'll see. Okay. So when you extract the Selenium zip, so this is what all of you see. Am I right?
Also, your voice is not that audible.
Yeah, just a second. So when you download this, what you all of you see, am I right?
Yes, other than this, there are some two notepad
Yeah,
file
those are
related to
okay. So
license.
6 files are okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
So majorly the jar file. This is what we all of you see, right? Okay. So now, so you have created a Java project, right? And you have also downloaded the required Selenium Java libraries, and you extracted it, and this is what you see now. Okay. So now you need to integrate these jars to the Java project which is created for us. Okay, you need to integrate these jars to the Java projects. So let's see how we do that. Right click the project, go to the build path. Can you see that build path? Yeah. So right click the project, go to the build path, configure build path. Okay, and click on the libraries tab and click on add external jars. And navigate to the folder where you have Selenium jars. I have in documents and in Selenium. I have this jar. Select this jar, first jar, okay, and click open. Similarly, again add external jars. Once again, add external jars. Click on add external jars. Click on the lib and select all the jars. How do you select all the jars? Control A. If you are using MacBook, it is Command A. Click on open, and you need to add one more library. Add library, TestNG library. Okay, click next. Finish. Apply. Okay. Okay. So in case when you click on add library and you don't see the TestNG, then go to help, Eclipse Marketplace. Okay, in my case it is installed. Okay, so make sure before you add all the jars, before you integrate Selenium jars and TestNG library to the Java project, make sure you have installed this one, TestNG for Eclipse plugin. TestNG for Eclipse. It's not an important at this moment. Okay, you just say installed. You can type TestNG here and install. So it's nothing but installing a Eclipse plugin. It's nothing but installing a Eclipse plugin. There are so many Eclipse plugins are available, and one of them is TestNG Eclipse plugin. And you can say click on install and follow the steps. It will be done. Okay. So if you wonder how I reach to that particular window, it is help Eclipse Marketplace. That's it. Click on that and search for TestNG. You get to see TestNG for Eclipse and install that. And you know how to configure the build path, right? Go to Java project, build path, configure build path, add external jars. You need to add all the jars which are inside the lib, and you also need to add the you need to add this client contribution jar also, client combined 3.4.0 node. So this jar also you need to add, And other than that, in the add library, when you click on the add library, you get to see TestNG. Okay. So one library and all the external jars you need to add. Just follow the steps. Maybe you can repeat the video once again and just follow the steps. Now your project is ready. Your Java project is ready, and it is also integrated with Selenium Java libraries. Now you can write Selenium automation code. Okay, so let's create a package first. Let's create a class.
So the entire thing, it's going to be in the Eclipse only. There is no, user interface for Selenium tool,
No,
and it's going to be only
Yes.
Eclipse.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no user interface and anything. For Selenium IDE, there will be a user interface. I'll show you that going forward. It's not so important. So for WebDriver, there is no user interface. It's everything into the Java classes. Okay. Let's take some example. So this is the mortgagecalculator.org. So this application is basically for calculating the EMI. So let's say if somebody wanted to take the home loan, okay, and how much EMI is going to pay, how much interest he is going to pay, and total how much principal he is going to pay. So how many years it's going to be completed, and all the information this particular website is giving. Okay. So what we need to do is I'll start with one single text field. So let's say I need to enter 1000 here. I need to enter 1000 here. If you know how to enter a value in a text field, okay, if you know how to enter a value in a web element, okay, it's the same thing. So if you know one thing, you can able to work with this loan amount, interest rate, loan term, and property tax, PMI, home insurance, and monthly HOA. Okay, so this is about, so if you know one text field how to enter the value, it's the same thing for other text fields too, first thing. And second thing, it's a web element. Okay, so text field is also a web element. So it's a text field, so you enter the text. If it is a button, you click on the button, right? So let's see how we can deal with this. So I need to enter some value in a web element. Okay, so if you want to enter something onto the web element, whether it is a text field or text area or whatever it is, okay, if you want you to enter something onto the text field, or if you want to click on a button, okay, whatever it is, first you need to find the element. First you need to identify the element or find the element. So once you identify the element or once you find the element, then only you can able to perform the action. If I simply say enter 1000, where should I enter? There are so many text fields here. That doesn't work. Okay, so I need to clearly tell the Selenium enter the value 1000 in the home value text field. First you need to find the element, then perform the action on the element that you found. So if you know these two steps, how to find the element and how to perform the action on the found element, in the entire Selenium, these are the only two concepts which will be working. majority of the time. If you know these two concepts, more than 60 to 70% of Selenium is done. Not only Selenium, you take any automation tool, you take Appium or you take QTP. So all the automation tools, all the UI automation tools works on these two fundamental concepts: how to find the element and how do you perform action on the found element. If you know these two questions and their answers, then it's almost done. Okay, so let's do that. So first of all, we need to open the browser, right? And open the application. In our case, it is mortgagecalculator.org. Okay. Next, once the application is open, find the element which you want to work on. Perform the action and close the browser. Once you are done with your work, why do you want to keep open the browser? Let's close it. Okay. So these are the 5 steps we are going to work on. Okay. And similarly, so you can work on for other values. Find the value of loan amount text field, right? So there is a loan amount text field. You can find the loan amount text field and perform the action or whatever it is. Okay. So let's do these things later. So let's work on this first. Open the browser. So if you want to open the browser, you need to create an object for the Firefox driver. So if you wonder, so how do you guard the Firefox driver? We don't have any class called Firefox driver. Do we have any class called Firefox driver? But we don't have any class called Firefox driver. But from where you got it? Okay. So this particular Firefox driver is a class which is available in the jars that you added. Okay. If you wonder which jar, it's available in client combined 3.4.0 and Node.js.jar. It's available there. Okay. So let me close other projects. If you want to close other projects, just say right click, close unrelated projects. Now you can see that as I closed other projects, you don't see the charts of other projects. So Firefox driver is available in client combined 3.4.0 Node.js. Okay, so that's from there you are accessing the Firefox driver. Now open the application.
No. What was the option you gave? Did you double click?
Control Shift T.
Okay.
And you get to say open type where you need to enter. The class name. In our case, it's Firefox, right? It will tell you from where it is accessing. Control Shift T. Open the next one is open the application. So you already created an object called an object variable driver, right? So by creating an object for the Firefox driver, you got the reference variable. This is called reference variable or object name or whatever it is. Okay, anything you can call it driver. So if you want to call the methods of a class, how do you do that? You need to create an object for the class, and with the help of object name, you can able to call the methods of the class. Okay, the Firefox driver has lots of methods. I'll show you what are the different methods it is having. Okay, So for now, there is one method called driver.get. There is a method called get in the Firefox driver, and which takes the parameter URL. And you can call that get method by using the reference variable which we have created, that is driver.get. Reference variable, you can say reference variable, or you can also say object name, or you can say just variable, whatever it is. So this particular one, which is referring the Firefox driver object, right? And the method is get, and to the get you need to pass the URL. I'm passing that. Okay, done. Now find the element. Find the element. So go to the text field which you want to find it, or go to the button which you want to find out. So whatever it is. Okay. So go to the field and do inspect element. When you do inspect element, the corresponding HTML tag is selected. Now the question is, so what are the Selenium locators? You know, what are the different Selenium locators? You know,
ID name, tag name,
okay.
class, XPath.
XPath and
By class,
okay.
by tag name,
No, you already told ID name, you told class name, you told tag name, you told XPath, you told.
XPath,
Three things are
CSS,
missing.
partial
CSS,
text,
pardon,
CSS.
and two more.
link text, partial link text.
Yeah, yeah, link text and partial link text. Okay, ID name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, XPath, CSS. Yeah, that's correct. Now tell me, this is the, you know, when I inspect the element, so this is the tag which I this is the tag which is highlighted. Okay, so tell me what are the locators that you can found from this tag. What are the locators available when you
Tag name,
yeah, tag name. What is the tag name?
input,
Okay, and what are the other things?
Class name,
Class name. What is the class name?
right
cell,
cell,
Okay, okay, and what else?
name,
Yeah, and para home value. Okay, and any other?
X,
that's it, I think.
Which one?
that's it, I think.
I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah. So we don't have. So you don't have a locator called step. Ignore it. You don't have a locator called tab index. Ignore it. You don't have a locator called value. Leave it. And you don't have a locator called size. Leave it. You don't have a locator called type. Leave it. Okay. What we are having? Tag name, class name. In this particular um, element, I'm saying tag name, class name, and then name. Okay. So tag name, we should not go with that. Okay, majority of the time it's better to leave the tag name. Okay, the reason is, if I go with the tag name, how many tags I'll be getting? Loan amount also will be having the same tag. It's a text field, right? It will start with input, and interest rate also will be having the tag name input. Okay, so then what happens if I trying to find the element by tag name, I'll get multiple elements, because there are many elements which are having the same tag name input. If I go with the tag name, I'll be getting multiple elements. So that I don't want to go with. Okay. And similarly, class equal to right cell. Okay. Majority of the cell. Okay. If you want to see, even loan amount is also having the class right cell. Okay. So if I go with class name, if I try to find the element by class name, I'll get majority of the element. I get many of the elements with same class name. Then what happens? The Selenium will be confused where to enter the 1000, because there are multiple elements are available. Okay, so that's the reason we need to use a locator with which you can able to identify the element uniquely. You always try to get the element uniquely, one single element. You have to use such kind of locators. Okay. If I go with the name, param home value, okay, so 99%, okay, I cannot say 100% guarantee, but 99% there is a chance of getting a unique element. Okay, so for now we don't have any other opportunity, so I'm going with name. So the statement which you need to use, driver dot find element. So there is a method called find element, or you can also see find element by what is that name. Find element by name. Okay, we can use this one, and the value is, so this is one way of using it. This is one way of using it, and there is another way, driver dot find element. Okay, and you have to say by dot name. Okay, so there are two approaches. Either you can directly say driver dot find element by name and you can pass the value, or you can say driver dot find element again by dot name, inside that by dot name, and you pass the value. So anything is okay. Choice is yours. Okay. I just go with this one, which is in simple manner. And the method find element, okay, returns a value called web element. It shows a error. You just click on that. When you click on that error, it will ask you to import. Just import the web element. Okay.
So import is for usually class names, right? For different classes.
Yeah. So now you are using the web element. Okay, correct. So from where you are getting this web element, where it is available, you need to tell the class. Okay, to the Selenium sample.java class, you need to tell where this web element is available. So, and how do you tell? With the help of import. So now you are telling that the class web element is available in the package org openqs selenium and web element. This is the location where the web element you can find it out.
Okay, is this part of jar file or what?
It's a part of Java. Yeah. So again, if you want to make sure, just type Control Shift T and type the web element, and you can see again this is also available in client combined 3.4.0 node.ps.jar. Yeah, we haven't written a web element. We didn't return any web element, right? So we are accessing from the jar directly. Now perform the element. You got the element, right? Okay. So what it is a text field. Okay. If it is a button, you can click it. Okay. It is a text field, right? If it is a text field, I recommend first you can clear it. Clear means if there is any text. So if you see that there is a text 1000 already available, okay, first it will clear it. And once you clear, you can do send keys. There is a method called send keys where you can enter some 2000, whatever it is. You need to pass a string value. So I'm passing 2000. So then it will enter 2000. Okay. That's all. And you can say the driver to close the browser. Driver, there is a method called close. So that's it. And one more thing you need to do. You need to set the system property for Firefox driver. Okay, with the help of so Gecko driver. I'll show you. This is one additional steps. This is one additional step which is being asked by Selenium from the Selenium version 2.53 or something. Okay, now we are at 3.4. Okay, but this is something, an extra step. Selenium is being asked from Selenium 2.53 version. Okay. Set property. So you need to pass the key and you need to pass the value. Okay. So let's run this code. It will tell you what key, when you run the code, it will fail. Okay. And it will also give you some error message. So in that error message, you can find what value you have to pass and what key you have to pass and what value you have to pass. It will tell you that clearly. Let's run
Why
it.
are we doing this one, Sujit?
This one.
Uh-huh.
So this is something, Selenium being asked, you need to set the Gecko driver.
What driver?
I'll show you one second. Now you can see that it is thrown in an illegal state exception. It's saying that the path to the driver executable must be set by the path to the driver executable must be set by WebDriver Gecko driver.
Okay, Sujit.
Set by the WebDriver Gecko driver system property. Copy that key. Okay. Now let's focus on value. So we got the key. Now we need to set the value. So to set the value, for more information, see it has given some a link. So if you want to know what is Gecko driver, so basically what happens is Firefox driver will communicate with the Gecko driver, and the Gecko driver will communicate with the browser. The latest version can be downloaded from, this is what we need from here, from releases. Copy that link. It will be at the end of the error message. Okay. So 16, 15. That means 17 is the latest one. Go inside that 17. Click on the 17. Where you can download. You can download from here. I'm using a MacBook, and there is only one file which I'm downloading. If you're using a Windows, make sure, so you depends on which version of Windows it is, 32 or 64, which bit version it is. You need to choose the right one. Okay, so most of the time it will be 64.
Sorry.
If you bought the computer in last 3 years, okay, so definitely it will be 64. I'm creating a folder called driver, and I'm keeping that the Gecko driver. Let's extract it. Yeah, so this is what you will get it after you extract. And give the path of that Gecko driver. So what you need to give is, you just need to give the path of the Gecko driver. So in Windows it will be gecko driver.exe. In Mac it is just Gecko driver. In Windows it will be gecko driver.exe. Okay. Even though if you don't see gecko driver.exe, okay, you make sure you give this one. Okay, if it is a Windows. If it is a Mac or Linux, you just give Gecko driver. That's enough.
So that this is only for the browser Firefox, right? So if it is IE or Chrome, then accordingly we need to change this, right?
Yes. So if you are if you are running for Chrome or IE or any other browser, okay. So what are the steps which I did? Okay, without system.property, without system.set.property, you run the code. Okay, without this line, you run the code. So when you run the code, it will tell you what is the key that you need to pass. In the error message, you can see what is the key that you need to pass and what value from where you can get the driver. Okay, if it is a Firefox, it will tell you download Gecko driver. If it is a Chrome, it will tell you download Chrome driver, Internet Explorer driver, Safari driver, Opera driver. It will tell you. Okay, and make sure if it is a Chrome, it is a Chrome driver. Okay, it is a Chrome driver. I'll run the code in Chrome browser also. Okay, so that time I'll show you clearly.
Okay.
But for
And
now,
another one quick question. Actually, okay, in this application, can you go back to the application, to the browser?
Yeah, sure. So before that, I'll just run it and I'll see whether it is working or not. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, just run the application. You can see that a browser is open, right? And it's loading the mortgagecalculator.org. Okay, it should enter 1000. Let's see that whether it is entering or not. Okay, it is entered 2000, and it is also closed the browser. Okay, it is also closed the browser. It is entered 2000 and it is closed the browser. If you want, I'll run it once again. Or let's not close it so that you will clearly see it is whether it is entering or not. You can see that it is entered 2000. So now you need to tell, yeah, so you need to help me. So your task, what is your task? Your task is to fill all other items. Okay, loan amount text field, interest rate, loan term, property tax, PMI, home insurance. I'll show you loan amount and I'll also show you calculate button, how to perform, how to enter text onto the loan amount and how to click on the calculate button. These two more elements I'll show you, and rest of the things you need to work on. Okay. Yeah, Ram, you were telling. Ram, wait.
Yes. So Sudhir, can you right click on that loan amount field? You found an option for inspect element, right?
Yes.
So this similar option I was not getting in IE.
Don't go with IE right now. It is a little complicated. Okay. So just go with the file for now.
Okay.
We'll see that IE and other things later, which are a little complicated. So let's explore all the Selenium, methods, all the Selenium libraries with the Firefox and Chrome for now, and we'll see other browsers. So
sure,
what are the locators you are having if it is a loan amount?
We have ID.
Okay.
Class name.
Okay.
Name.
Okay.
That's it.
One more. Starting with this one.
Okay. Yeah. Tag name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now, which locator I should use? I said we better to avoid tag name because you get multiple elements, and also better to avoid class because you get multiple elements. Okay. Now you have ID and name. If you have ID and name, let's go with ID. Okay. There is possibility that two employee names are same. There is no possibility that two employee IDs are same. Okay. ID is always unique, 100% unique. You can go with the ID. Driver dot find element by ID. Okay, driver dot find element by ID. So this is one approach where you will be getting the web element. You can say element, you can say loan amount element. Okay, and as a text field, you need to call the method clear first and then send keys. let's say 500. Loan amount is some 1000, you can say. Okay. So you can say driver dot find element by ID like this, or you can say driver dot find element by dot ID. So anything is okay. You can choose how you want to work. So previously we called that way, no? Driver dot find element by name. So this time we'll call this way. Okay. You can choose however you want it, whatever the comfortable you're having. So you can call this way, or you can also call this way. So Selenium, to make it more simpler, to make the methods the method usage simpler, they also introduced this way. So both are same. However you want it, you can work on it. The next one is button, right? Okay, tell me what are the locators we are having for this button.
In tag name, class name,
Tag name, class name, and
name.
that's it. Anything else?
No.
Driver dot find element by dot name. And remember, find element, the method find element returns a web element. So that's what we need. Found the element and perform the action on the element. It's a button, so nothing else. I can only do click. Okay. So let's run this code once again to make sure it's working fine. It's opening the browser. It has opened the URL. It is entered 2000 and it is clicked on the calculate button. So after clicking on the calculate button, the browser is refreshing and it is closed the browser. Okay. And what you need to do for other text fields, you need to work on it. So drop down is something different. I'll cover the select box or drop down in the next class. Okay. The way you work with the drop down is a little different from the way you work with the text field and button. So that I will cover later, probably in the next class. And for your, the assignment is to complete all other text fields and whatever is available. Yeah, I'll also copy this code to the chat box. Yeah, any questions? You have entire code in the chat box. That's it. So if you take any web application, what will be there? Text fields, button, radio button, checkbox. If it is a text field, enter the text. If it is a button or checkbox or radio button, click on it. And there is some difference with dropdown, which I'll cover it tomorrow's class. And after that, you can handle any web application. You can work with any web application. Any web application you take, hardly having only these elements, right? Text field, button, checkbox, radio button, sometimes links, and images. So even if it is a link, you just have to click on.
Yeah, sometimes we have table, right?
Even it is a table, you need to fetch the table is also one web element. Table will also a web element, and a table will contain a row and also cell. Right, a row will contain number of cells. So you need to get the table, and you can get number of rows, or once you get the row, you can get number of cells. I'll also show you one example.
Yeah, because in UFT I was coordinating a project, so it was a bit complex for UFT to identify table and do a search.
Here in hopefully whatever it is, everything is an element. Table is also a web element. Okay. So and that web element can have multiple child web elements. Like a table can have multiple rows, and a row can have multiple cells. Okay, each cell is also a web element, right? So a web element can have child elements also. A child element can have another child elements inside. That is possible in Selenium.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's try to complete the code which we have. No, so far I have completed for 3 fields. Okay, you need to complete for other fields. The drop down I'll talk about in the next class. So any questions? So after that it will be easy. Drop down, alerts handling, frames handling, multiple windows handling, and what else? Yeah, few other topics. Actions, like how do you do right click, drag and drop.
So, in the library, you have taken, you added this testng, right? So you'll be explaining it later. What is this testng?
Yes.
And its
Right now,
functions, right?
in fact, you don't require to add the testng library also. I just told you to add it right now, but it is not required. So during the framework classes, it is required.
Okay, so
During the framework classes, I'll explain now, because once we create the framework, we'll write the test cases, right? So, and how do you run the test cases with the help of testing? So that time it is needed. Now we just exploring the concepts of WebDriver. Okay. So
okay,
fine,
so
then let's meet on Monday night EST time. We'll start with drop down, and then I'll start after that. It is a simple topic. After that, I'll go with alerts, and then I'll go with frames, windows handling, multiple windows. How do you deal multiple windows? All those stuff. Fine, then thanks everyone.
thanks for this. Yeah.